Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Triple R Ryan's Real Reactions with a fresh haircut. Growing out the top a little bit, keeping it clean. It's still hot here. Today we are diving into a big topic that I wanted to know more about. You guys were telling me about it. It is called The Unknown Caller. It is a documentary that just came out about a week ago on Netflix. The video I'm watching is from the Christina Randall YouTube channel. The title is The High School Catfish That Changed Everyone's Lives. Unknown Caller, Netflix. Licari. Here we go. Take it away, Christina. I skipped 2 minutes in because it's just like some social media plugs and some brand deals and stuff. So let us do it, everybody. Hope you're having a good day.
A new documentary has just come out, and the name of it is Unknown Number, The High School Catfish. And it came out on Netflix recently, and we need to talk about this. So back in the fall of 2020, Lauren Licari was living in Beale
Licari, that's the last name.
City, Michigan, with her parents, Kendra and Sean. Now, Beale City is a very small town where everyone,
everyone living there is named Bill.
Definitely seems to know everyone. Now, at the time, Lauren was 14 years old and had been dating a boy named Owen McKinney. The two of them went to Beale High School together, which was actually a school that had students ranging from kindergarten all the way up to high school in the same building.
Wait, is she saying Beale, not Bill? She got that southern twang to her.
So again, as you can imagine, small town.
At Beale.
All the kids are going to this school that's kindergarten, or all these kids in this area are going from kindergarten all the way to high school in the same building. Now, Lauren and Owen had been dating since they were in middle school.
Wow.
They were known as the golden couple in school because they seemed like they had the perfect relationship. As far as teenage relationships go, they were both very much into sports. Lauren was very active in sports. He was very active in sports.
There's always that relationship that you envy growing up, and it's like 5th or 6th grade. Like my buddy Steve dated this girl named Ashley in like 5th grade. I remember thinking, oh yeah, that's the one for him. They will be married. They're going to have a bunch of kids. And then they broke up in 6th grade. And that's when I was like, you know what? Life isn't so perfect, is it?
So they were always around each other, really good youngins, and they were considered the golden couple. Lauren and Owen's parents had also grown very close because of Lauren and Owen's relationship. Lauren's mother, Kendra, became really good friends with Owen's mother. And I mean, they hosted all kind of family barbecues together.
Okay.
They attended each other's child sporting events and so on. However, by October of 2020, everything changed. Just before Halloween in 2020, Lauren and Owen received a group text that was sent from an unknown number.
Okay.
It said, "Hi, Lauren. Owen is breaking up with you." After that, a few more texts started to come.
Owen is breaking up with you. He no longer likes you and hasn't liked you for a while. It's obvious he likes me. He laughs, smiles, touches my hair. Not sure what he told you, but he is coming to the Halloween party, and we're both down to DTF. You're a sweet girl, but I can give him what he wants. Sorry, not sorry. Okay.
Come in, and they said things like, he no longer likes you. He hasn't liked you for a while.
We're both DTF.
Obvious he wants me. Just messy drama, unknown number, sending these messages to them as a group chat.
The sorry, not sorry is just the icing on the cake. You're a sweet girl, but sorry, not sorry for your relationship being ruined.
Now, these texts were really hard to read for 14-year-old Lauren, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
She trusted Owen.
Also, wait a second. Just realized the whole DTF thing. They're 14. That's a little bit wild.
And she figured that it was just probably from a jealous girl at school.
Yeah.
And there just so happened to be this big Halloween party that was being thrown by one of Owen's close friends coming up, and her name is Chloe. Now, her and her parents had planned this Halloween party for all of their
Could it be Chloe?
friends and for all of Chloe's friends. In the documentary, Lauren said that she was not invited to the party because she believed that Chloe did not like her. So she thought maybe the text had to do with that. So making sure you guys are following here, because it sounds like a bunch of like middle school / now they're in high school drama. It's what it seemed like at the time. Make sure.
Look, high school drama, when you're not invited to a Halloween party, okay, that's a big deal growing up, all right? Not being invited to like a big birthday party when you're in junior high and high school is at the time like the worst possible thing that could happen to you. Okay? So I understand. We've all been there.
Sure, you stay with me because it's not exactly that. You got the golden couple, then you got the other girl whose family's throwing this big party. Lauren feels like she's not invited. She starts thinking these text messages are coming from Chloe. However, Chloe said that it wasn't that Lauren wasn't invited to the party. She said that the party was open to whoever wanted to come.
Hi guys, I'm Chloe, and my mom has these like Halloween parties every year up until freshman year of high school. Just for a reference, no one was not invited. Anyone could come from Beale City, like it wasn't a invite. Like there was so many people that came to these. They weren't even. That's
a wild thing. Hey, anyone can come if you just live in the city.
Parties.
That's like Project X.
I don't know, a haunted trail.
Regardless, the young couple blew these texts off and went on about their day.
There you go.
Fortunately, after those initial texts, Lauren and Owen did not receive any more for almost a year. So she got those text messages, which were upsetting and disturbing for a 14-year-old.
That would be upsetting and disturbing for a 40-year-old, a 20-year-old. It doesn't matter. Anybody receiving a text like that is like, that's weird. That's very weird. Although I feel like there's technology out now where you could probably find where that number is coming from, even though it says unknown. I'm pretty sure there's a way if somebody calls you on a blocked number, I'm pretty sure you can like hard press over it saying blocked and then put it into your keypad where you type in the numbers and it'll pop up the number. I'm pretty sure I think that's a thing.
But then they stopped. However, one day the text started back again.
She's got great eyebrows, by the way.
And this time they were much, much worse.
Oh boy.
Not only were they becoming more and more disturbing, they started receiving text messages that were disturbing in an intimate way. We'll just use that word if you know what I mean. I mean, the things that were being texted to them or text to Lauren was that her
holy moly
boyfriend really wanted you know what and all kind of BJs, and that he wanted to make out, but he didn't want her. And
only one of you got voted on Homecoming Court. This is epic. Friday will be epic. Who uses the word epic? The look on your faces watching one of you with your arm around another person, holding hands and being all adorable, smiling, flirting, and posing. Could this be the end of the AKA golden couple with the relationship everyone idolizes? Okay. You know he cheating. F you, we just won. He met us after. Plan is in action. It will for sure break up. No more golden couple. You effing jealous bitch. That's not funny, but just that word. Dude, okay. Yeah, they're still really stepping up here.
Like really disgusting, gross stuff that we're not gonna say in this video.
Oops.
Now, Lauren and Owen had not become physically intimate. Rightfully so.
Right, they're 14.
Great job, Lauren and Owen. And it seemed like the person that was sending these text messages knew that and was using that knowledge to hurt Lauren. So kind of trying to make her feel like he didn't want to be with her. He wanted to be with somebody else because somebody else was going to...
What kind of teenager would be trying to make another 14-year-old feel bad for not doing anything with their boyfriend when they're, what are they, in 8th grade?
To do all these things that she was not ready or willing to do. Now, at some point, Lauren and Owen were receiving more than 50 text messages a day from unknown numbers.
Whoever this is has a lot of time on their hands. Maybe it's a grandma.
I mean, they were coming at them boom, boom, boom. The person was also using Lauren's nickname, Lo, and they seemed to know things that only someone who was close to Lauren would know. I mean, one of the text messages even had a picture from Owen's family Christmas that year. They were not able to block this number.
That's weird and scary, and that's where I'd probably start getting the cops involved, you know? Like, once you're saying personal info like that, I'd be like, just put this on your guys' radar in case I go missing in a couple days. You're aware of this.
Because the person sending these text messages was using a software that generated multiple phone numbers. This also meant...
Oh, wow. So they are really in deep.
...that the numbers could not be traced.
Okay.
Now, at this point...
They're dealing with a damn Catfish expert here. They must have been watching a lot of Neve and Cammy. Man, oh man.
Lauren and Owen's parents got involved.
There you go.
They could tell that these texts were significantly affecting both Lauren and Owen, to the point that the golden couple broke up because Lauren started to feel insecure and she was questioning Owen's loyalty.
So basically what this person was trying to do was working, essentially. They wanted to get them to break up, and they did. So it's like they already won, which that stinks because now you give that person the upper hand thinking that they have total control.
They thought that breaking up would stop the text messages, since that seemed to be whatever the text messenger wanted was to break them up. However, because of how much this was still affecting Lauren and Owen.
Normally this is like a jealous ex in this situation. But if they were together since 5th grade, I doubt Owen was dating when he was in preschool.
And their parents decided to reach out to the school principal for help.
Why not the cops?
The school principal actually ended up being in this Netflix documentary, and he said that he tried to use the school's security cameras to try to figure out who was sending these text messages. He even went as far as having Lauren tell him, like, what.
Oh, he's thinking it's one of the girls or something.
What time she got the text messages, and he would use that specific timestamp to look on the cameras to see, like, maybe who was on their phone. I mean, it seemed like a very smart tactic. Like,
respect.
Okay, you got this text message from a person at 10:45 a.m., so he's looking in the classrooms at 10:45 to see who's texting. However, he was never able to pinpoint anyone specifically, so this is when the principal...
It's also kind of... I mean, I get why now, but, like, you know, I was a 90s baby, so there were never cameras in my classroom. I almost would feel scared having cameras in my classroom in school, but I guess kind of need it these days, right?
The principal ended up getting the sheriff's office involved.
Thank you. That's good.
It wasn't until Lauren and Owen got one specific text that they realized that they might know who was sending them. One of the texts that Lauren got was telling her how terrible she was at basketball, and it said that the person sending the text received 12 points during that game. Well, using that information, Lauren and Owen's parents had someone check the score sheet to see who had earned 12 points during that game. It was Chloe.
Oh. So maybe she did not invite him to that party. She got a lava lamp, though. Shout out. Well, maybe not shout out because she might be evil, but look, I don't care. If I'm 70, I'm still going to have a lava lamp. I'm still have all these knickknacks. Okay, I don't care. I'm still going to have a little floating ghost on my microphone. Doesn't bother me.
Remember the girl that we just talked
Chloe.
about earlier in the video?
Chloe, I know you're catfishing Lauren and Owen.
Video that was close.
No one probably knows that song. I just remixed it.
With Owen, and who threw this Halloween party, and the one that
Chloe.
Lauren felt like she was left.
It's either obvious or she's being blackmailed. Now, there's 26 minutes left. She's probably being blackmailed.
Out of, well, she was the one who scored 12 points. In the Netflix documentary,
it's a decent
some
game.
of Chloe's closest friends spoke out about how Chloe was kind of known to not be the nicest girl. So an investigator ended up bringing Chloe in for an interview.
Mean girl.
Now, in this interview, which was shown in the documentary, Chloe completely denied ever sending any of those texts, and she actually named someone that she thought might be the culprit.
Okay, see, this is where things get messy, because now it's like, no, it's not me, it was her. Oh, no, it's not her, it was me. It's not her. And then it's just like whispered down the lane.
She named someone who she thought did not like her. And by this point, the texts started to seem like they were coming from Chloe, but almost too obviously. Like, whoever was sending these text messages were setting it up for it to be Chloe.
Blackmail.
When it wasn't really her, because why would Chloe want to expose herself for doing all
That's
this?
true. If you're using a block number to hide your identity, why would you then give like a pretty easy thing to research to be like, "Ooh, I scored 12 points." It's like, okay, well then it's obvious that who it is. So that would be either a lapse of judgment or they're being blackmailed.
Stuff. So Chloe did end up handing her phone over to the investigators so they could do a
Okay,
full
good.
forensic download. When they did, nothing suspicious came from that, and so
Okay.
Chloe ended up being cleared.
Okay, Chloe. All right, Chloe. See, that's why you got a lava lamp.
So I'm pretty sure this was the beginning of freshman year. It was around like volleyball time.
Justice for Chloe.
December. And that's when, like, Owen asked me, like, hey, is this you? And I was like, I have no idea, like, what you're even talking about. Like, I, at this point, thought it was, like, one, like, bad text or, like, a couple of random texts that, like, someone sent. I was like, no, like, brush it off. Because I was like, no, I didn't send that text. So it basically just got to a point where I told Owen, like, just take my phone for the day, like, have it, see if you get text. Obviously, I knew he would get text because it wasn't me. So I was like, okay, just
Okay, that's smart. That's big brain.
take my phone. I honestly don't care anymore. Like, whatever it takes to make you and everyone else think it's not me, I don't care. So eventually I had to go to the sheriff's department in Mount Pleasant and talk to him, as you guys saw. Obviously, like, I wasn't that nervous talking to a cop because my dad is a police officer, but at the same time, like, I was almost in tears because I was just so frustrated that no one believed me, and now I was getting accused by a police officer that I was doing this.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I gave him my phone just like face value, and he looked through and he was like, yeah, like, I see nothing, whatever, like, basically saying, oh yeah, like, you're fine. It's not you.
She thought that it might have been a girl named Adriana, who was actually one of Owen's cousins. Adriana
Okay, that could be how that person might know some things, you know, some details about the Christmas stuff and all that.
had even been at Owen's family's Christmas that year.
Okay, I'm cooking.
The investigators thought that maybe that's where that picture and the text messages came from that we also talked about earlier. Well, Chloe proceeded to tell the investigators that she had some issues with Adriana in the past. And so maybe that's why the texter wanted Chloe to be taking the blame for this. Adriana was also in the documentary, and she explained that Chloe had actually bullied her in the past. This is what she said now. And she said that at some point, Chloe even threw carrots at her. And
Okay, hold on. That's so random. What is she, a bunny? Were they baby carrots or were they full-size carrots? A full-size carrot can do some damage.
and some of her friends. This group of girls were more on the quiet side, so they felt like they were being picked on. But Chloe and her friends denied doing this. And I do want to say that even some of this stuff, should you be throwing carrots at people? No. Picking on people? No. But this all seems like typical high school stuff,
Yeah.
right? A little bit of cattiness, a little bit of
It's nothing. I mean, it's not anything that's like detrimental to your life.
drama.
You know, you hit me with a carrot. You know, just maybe take a bite if there's some ranch nearby.
A little bit of I'm the cool kid, you're not the cool kid, you're the quiet ones, maybe you're weird, a little bit of uncomfortableness. That is a high school experience. What is not the high school experience is text messages talking very nasty and harassing and 50 plus a day and going all out and seemingly stalking because you're knowing where people are and what they're
that's
doing
creepy.
and setting up other people.
When you have a feeling somebody is watching you, that's really scary. There was a time, this is in 2020, I would go to my friend's house. There were a bunch of YouTubers that lived nearby me, and I would go to their house. And it was a pretty known house. It was a big house on the corner. And when I would go in and we would hang out, I'd come out. I started getting notes on my car, Post-it notes that would say like, "Hey Ryan," with like girly writing with like a heart. And at first I was like, "Oh, that's, you know, okay." But then it started happening every time I went, and it would be like more notes, like "I love you," you know. And I kept thinking like, so is this someone that's either following me, or do they live nearby? How close are they? Like and it started freaking me out. And then my friends ended up moving, and they moved out. And one of my friends texted me, was like, "Yo, you got like someone left like a very long letter like on our doorstep, and it's for you." And I was like, "Oh Jesus." And it was just like this letter of like confessing their love for me, and, you know, sorry they made that they came across like this. They just wanted to get to know me. And I was like, oh gosh. Luckily, ever since they moved, that stopped, and I never got any of those again. But at that time, I remember being like a little extra, you know, just like, you're just on edge a little bit. Because it's just a weird feeling of somebody kind of watching you from the distance, you know? And that's me as a grown man. This is a teenage girl and teenage boy.
And like 50 a day, like it's this harassment. Like that's the part that's not normal. Now, Adriana was ultimately cleared of this as well when the investigators looked into her. So Adriana wasn't doing it at this point.
Okay, so hold on. So Adriana was cleared.
They didn't believe
Chloe was cleared.
Chloe was doing it.
Imagine it's the principal. That would be crazy. The reason why nothing came up on the cameras was because there was no cameras in the principal office, huh?
Still do not know.
That's unlikely.
So where these texts are coming from, and they are getting worse. Now, along with the other text messages that these people are getting that we just talked about, they started becoming so demeaning towards Lauren, and the advances towards Owen, the text started to turn also. There were
she's muting her words for YouTube, but I can't see
all kinds of physical.
Now I don't want to say these words.
That were.
What is she saying?
In these text messages against Lauren, and even
you got to pop these words up on screen, Christina.
In text messages bombarding her. Again, this is a 14-year-old. She's a good girl. Okay, she's 14, ninth grade.
Ninth grade, there you go, freshman.
Sport. She's already broke up with her boyfriend.
That's what I'm surprised. I thought you would think logically you break up with your boyfriend and then it's like, okay, well, we did our job. You know, if it's a group of girls or it's some whatever, we did our job, high five, and then you know. But now it's like, what else do you want?
Had for 2 years, which is a long time, especially when you're in middle school, you're going into high school. I mean, that is a long time for a young person to be in a relationship. Their golden relationship where the moms are best friends and everything. They're already broke up. She's already feeling isolated, and now she's getting the text messages.
Wow, look at these texts. You will be crying every day. We could care less. He's never coming back to you. He never come back to you. It almost seems like they're spelling things like this on purpose. He never come back to you. What are they, a caveman? Now we ruin your life. Like, we all hate you. I don't know.
Not only telling her that
you're the reason JV lost, and you only went in varsity game we losing. You did like what? I feel like it might be a literal caveman.
Looks terrible. Her body looks terrible, which, as y'all know, is already an issue for people when you're younger. But now the text messages
it's an issue now.
Telling her to end herself.
That's not good. That's not good.
And they're bombarding her to end it. End it now. The texter started also targeting Owen's new girlfriend.
Oh no! Oh gosh!
Had a new girlfriend, and she lived in a whole other town.
So this is all about Owen. Then this is all jealousy stemming from Owen. Not because not him, but because of him.
To their relationship, the new girlfriend's mother started getting demeaning text messages, also from an unknown number.
The new girlfriend's mother.
This quickly ended their relationship.
Oh my gosh!
Like, I don't care how cute you think that little boy Owen is. He coming with some drama. Now,
dude, Owen is this poor dude. Owen. He probably thinks, well, I could never date anybody again. I can't imagine how stressful this would be.
This continued to go.
He's now gotten 2 relationships broken up because of this crazy person.
Go on and get worse and worse and worse. By this point, it's almost 2 years in.
Jesus!
Bombarded with these text messages.
Oh my
Nobody
God!
knows who they're coming from. Bizarre.
2 years?
Eventually, the sheriff's department ended up reaching out to the FBI.
There we go.
Cyber expert.
There we go.
FBI's Computer Crime Task Force was able to subpoena the phone generators app records, which, what a cool job. Hello. Then this guy meticulously went through every single number used by the texter and found their IP address.
Okay, now we're cooking.
The IP address, he was able to identify whose phone had been sending these text messages.
And the phone number was Lauren's mom, Kendra.
What? Her mom? Oh, hell no. What kind of a psycho? I said a grandma. Dude, what? Hold on, let me let this play. Maybe it's some sort of...
Uh-oh.
That's how I feel.
Out of all the people it could be, the IP address linked back to Kendra, Lauren's own mother. Now investigators immediately...
Kendra, what the heck are you doing? Was she in love with Owen? Who is underage? Dude, whoa, this is now jailable.
Got a search warrant for all of Kendra's devices. And mind you, if y'all didn't watch this documentary yet, she's in the documentary. When this first was said in here, my husband immediately thought, uh-oh, another family member, check this out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's your little brother's name?
That's what I was thinking, like, who's messing around with mom's phone here to not get caught or to have an alibi?
Her little sister's name. Sounds like a boy.
However, it wasn't a little brother. It was Kendra.
Oh, that's crazy. That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
When the investigator...
Dude, she was telling her own daughter to end her life? What kind of diabolical... What?
Got the search warrants and they got to her home. It was only Lauren and Kendra at home at this time.
Oh God, I feel so bad for Lauren having to find out.
Step out while they talked to Kendra, and Kendra handed over her phone and her laptop, and
you know she probably knew too. She was probably like, "Well, this is it," because nobody was ever going to suspect the mom, right? So she probably thought, "Yeah, I mean, I'm in the clear."
First, she kind of tried to deny being involved in it.
The messages originating from you.
No.
Oh, she looks guilty. You could see her breathing heavy.
Message to the kids. Your number come back through Kendra or whatever it is. The app was trying to hide it. Your number, even though it was being hidden, showed up every single message.
My number?
Yep.
And then the cops, they kind of smoothed it out, and she admitted to it.
Wow.
Infatuation there with Owen?
Nothing like that.
Okay, then just tell me what did he treat Lauren bad? I mean, something serious went on for a while, right?
Yeah, and it didn't start that way.
And I'm sure it didn't. That's okay, just start from the beginning. When they were still dating?
It did.
Was he treating you bad?
But it did the first one.
Okay, but even if you're going to go with the fact of, she treated him bad, well, then they broke up. So even if that was your ultimate goal, which is still insane that you were saying all these things, and also the fact that the mom was like setting up other teenage girls and creating this like war in the school involving her daughter, and like, what? Yeah, perfect time for a halftime break. It's 19 minutes in. We're halfway through the video. I'm stressed out. If you're here, like the video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Have tons of true crime reaction content just like this. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We are on the road to 20K, which is incredible because the channel is not even, it's just barely over 4 months old. Make sure to turn on the notifications. Click the bell. Click it to show all so you don't miss a video. I post 4 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And of course, leave some comments and hype the video. Boost it up if you can. Thank you. Also, just a little side thing. One of my friends is going to come by on Monday, and he needs to use my Wi-Fi because he has to upload a long video for a project he's working on. And I was like, "Hey, you could come over and hang out, dude. I'll just be here chilling, just do whatever you got to do. No worries." And he was like, "Do you have any rules about your place?" And I was like, I was like, really, the only rule I have is like, if you looking through some things in my shelves and stuff and you pick something up, just like put it back. I'm like kind of OCD about things." And then jokingly, I was like, "Oh, and please don't bother me while I'm watching true crime." And he laughed and he said, "Put that on a shirt." And I was like, you know what? So maybe one day if I do a merch drop for this channel, "Please don't bother me while I'm watching true crime" would be a pretty funny slogan on a shirt. Let me know what you think. Would you even wear that? I would wear it. Maybe I'll just make it for myself, but I just, sometimes I get in my zone. I don't want anyone to say anything. So I just thought that was funny. But all right, back to Kendra's crazy ass.
You gotta be kidding me.
Okay.
One of those messages was telling Lauren to end herself.
I know.
Right. And also advances to an underage boy. So really, it was Lauren's mom was probably infatuated with this Owen kid. Obviously.
And all that nasty talk, specific nasty talk, bullying, calling her anorexic and
Ugh, that's
her
disgusting.
own mother.
I hope she goes to jail.
Do they have cells under the jail?
Yep, exactly.
Right?
Now, eventually, Sean ended up at the house. This was Lauren's father. He was at work.
Oh, God, I forgot. He's probably like, no, this is not possible.
And the investigators
I would divorce her immediately if I was him.
told Sean and Lauren that Kendra was the one.
Oh, my God. I wonder what Lauren thinks.
Mind you, Sean was completely shocked, to say the least.
He probably thought she was just on Candy Crush.
This is the deal. Every time the kids received a message, her number came back. Well,
Wow, Evie, he wants her to go to jail.
that's what the charge is. But I knew there was a lot of things going on.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to say to him, because I'm in shock, I'm just, she's the one doing this for the year and a half, the text messaging.
You guys, watching that,
Oh, I feel so bad. I don't even want to watch the scene here with Lauren. Can you imagine finding out it was your own mom, the betrayal?
heart was breaking for this man, because I'm thinking, I'm sure like a lot of y'all, you have husbands, they're gone to work all day long. You got Kendra at home being the mom, and like he's working all day. So he's paying the bills and everything, and then he knows that his daughter is going through this for years at this point, and the mom is there pretending to care, and then to come out that while you're working in the hot sun all day long, your wife is sitting at home sending these text messages to everybody.
And it's also like the mom was probably using and knowing her own daughter's biggest insecurities. Like, so her daughter would probably come to her about things that she's upset about. Maybe I'm too skinny, maybe this, and this. And then she would use those diabolically to like make her daughter break down even more, which is just, I don't know. It just makes you, it makes my chest hurt.
Like, how do you even rationalize with that?
How do you go to sleep at night?
He was even told right then and there that Kendra wasn't working.
She hasn't had a job for over a year.
Oh, he didn't know that either?
What?
She just said she let go.
That's when she quit. I was told by somebody I know over there that she was let go.
Oh, so she was fired from her job, told him that she just quit, and maybe was...
She was no longer employed. So I think there's more to that story too.
Oh my God, she's living a double life.
He thought that she had been working another job.
Oh, my
Really, she
Lord.
hadn't.
Oh, my
Kendra's
Lord.
Sitting at home on the computer, y'all, sending all these text messages to all these high schoolers.
So this was her full-time job at this point. Was this.
While they're in class.
Good God.
Telling her own daughter to...
I love when she whispers.
telling her own daughter about her body and about things
Earlier today, I was hungry and I ate an entire box of pizza.
of that
All by myself.
nature.
See, it's happening.
Where her daughter
I drank an entire 2-liter of soda.
hadn't even been intimate yet. Like,
Crazy.
I can't imagine him as a father, as a husband, as a man who's just out there in the sun working all day to pay bills and take care of his family. Like, he had to be spinning. He had to be doing circles. Then Sean goes on to tell the investigators that his wife Kendra was in charge of their finances over the past couple of years, and they had just so happened to have been having some financial difficulties. He also told the investigators that Kendra had at least one other phone. So the investigators went back inside the house and asked Kendra for her other phone because she didn't hand over the other phone. He's the one that told the investigators.
She had 2 phones. It was that big of a deal. This was her entire life.
Wait a minute. She's got a couple phones.
My dad asked me what phone did you take?
I'm surprised though. Why didn't not the husband has nothing to do with anything, but I'm just surprised. Like, did he ever not ask, "Hey, honey, why do you have multiple phones?"
She had her in her pocket. I can show you. So, okay. Well, she took all of them, so I'd like to get all of them.
Then they had to tell Lauren.
Oh,
and
God.
This part was very sad.
Oh, no.
They told Lauren that her mother,
Bro, I would drop to the floor.
had been the texter. She almost seemed stoic. To me, I saw it as a disassociation, and I understand the way that she reacted. It was like she wasn't quite processing what she was being told, or like
That's like going into mental shock.
she was in complete shock.
There you go.
And it did not help that Kendra immediately got up and was grabbing onto Lauren. And you guys, when I was watching this, I wanted to flip.
If you're a cop here, I would tell her, get off of her. You don't have that right now. I know you're her mother, but get the hell off her.
Table in my living room. The manipulation that you've seen, in my personal unprofessional opinion, going on in this moment with the daughter finding out that her mother was the one that was doing this the whole time. It's when you think about how nasty some of them text messages were, y'all. Nasty, things that would make an adult blush, much less sending them to these youngins. For her to
It almost feels like the mom wanted to be a mean girl bully when she was younger, but didn't have like the means that there is now to do it with, like, you know, text messaging or anonymously doing things, and like decided to just go for it, which is just so bizarre.
immediately get up and start like hugging her. And
Yeah,
it was
oh
just
my God,
so
this-
manipulative and terrifying, to be honest. Now, me and my husband was both, she needed to be arrested.
Yes,
right then and there.
absolutely.
However, they didn't arrest her right then and there. The husband, Sean, did say that she had to go, which
Yeah.
is good for him. I didn't think they should have been talking about it in front of the daughter, but nevertheless, they said that Kendra.
How on earth do you not put her in cuffs? On top of the fact that she was texting things that shouldn't be said to, you know, someone that age, like, this whole thing is just crazy. On top of everything else.
Needed to go to her parents' house. Later, she ended up being arrested, and she was charged with 2 counts of stalking a minor, and she eventually pled guilty and was sentenced to 19 months in prison.
Like, okay, like, this is one of those cases where it's like, I understand they're not going to get life, okay? They didn't. But, like, let's just say this kept going, and that they didn't find that it was her. There's a chance that she could have forced her own daughter to end her life, right? I would be adding extra charges on that, of like, there's got to be other things you can add to that, where it's like, this could have ended in a loss of life. Even Owen could have taken his own life.
After spending over
but at least she got jail time.
year in prison, Kendra was released
There you
on
go.
parole
Of
in
course.
August of last year.
1 year.
2024. In the documentary, Lauren said that she ended up staying in contact with her mom while
Wow.
she was in prison. And you guys, they showed the letters that her mom was sending her. Oh my gosh, it was so, as an outsider looking in, the letters from her mom, I love you so much. I love you. I miss the love bombing, the actual, to think that she was sending these text messages to her daughter, telling her daughter to end herself.
You shouldn't be able to have. I understand. Like, you're the mother. You should lose the right of your motherhood. Like I said with Casey Anthony, you know, like, you should never even be able to be called a mother again. You shouldn't have the legal right to contact your daughter after this. If you do something like that, you should just, like, lose that privilege to me.
And then she's in prison.
There should be like a lifetime restraining order.
Like, still manipulating her. Like, how dangerous.
Yeah.
Especially when this is a mother. This isn't like a coach or a neighbor that you can keep away
This is
from your daughter. This is the mother doing this.
And I understand the daughter's perspective. The daughter is a young teenager. It's so hard to process it. It's impossible to just kick someone out of your life that's your mom, because you don't know any better. But still.
However, after Kendra ended up getting out of prison, there was another interview with Lauren where it seemed like some time had passed. And this is so unfair for her, in my opinion, for Lauren, because no child should ever have to make these decisions.
Right,
Anybody
exactly.
has a toxic relationship with a family member or specifically a parent, you know how difficult it is, even as an adult, right?
There's a moral compass. You feel one way, but it's your blood, it's your family, you know. So it's like there is no clear cut answer. Like she said, even as an adult, let alone a child.
You want to believe that parent loves you. You want to so bad, but man, Lauren said that she hadn't seen her mom
I like Christina. She's cool. You could tell she genuinely cares. Very pretty eyes, too.
over a year at this point, and she actually wanted to keep it that way for now.
Okay.
So I read an article that said right after Kendra got arrested, Sean, the father, filed for a divorce and got custody of his daughter.
Let's go, Sean. You did the right thing.
Which, good for him. Bravo. He didn't waste no time protecting Lauren. However, the mother gets out, and
oh no,
I'm sure he was a nervous wreck, not knowing what she was capable of. When
could he have not filed a restraining order though against her for being that his daughter wasn't 18? If I was him, I would have filed for a restraining order against Sean and Lauren, and then just said if you contact or come near either of us, you're back in prison.
Came to Lauren. However, Lauren was older at this point. She said she just didn't know if she could trust her mom.
Of course.
There was an interview with Kendra after she had gotten out of prison in this documentary as well. And
I might need to watch that interview if it's not like 2 minutes. Sometimes I look up interviews and they're like 3 minutes. And I'm like, well, that's just no content.
This was so infuriating to see when Kendra was asked about sending these text messages.
Yeah, I got to watch some of this stuff in full. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Like I said, you guys make the call.
She said, basically, everyone makes mistakes. Check this part out.
Every single one of us makes mistakes. Not a single one of us has lived a perfect life. And realistically, a lot of us have probably broke the law at some point or another and not got caught. I mean, I'll be honest, you know, I'm sure that people drove drunk, haven't been caught, right?
So she's trying to play the victim and justify it for other crimes. You almost pushed your own daughter to end her life. Like, don't you be comparing it to, you know, something else.
But again, if you get caught, you're in the same situation I'm in, but for a different thing.
So she obviously didn't learn anything. Honestly, you could tell she doesn't even feel any compassion. She's just saying, well, everybody does stuff like this. Everybody torments underage girls and boys with text messages for 2 years, right? Yeah. Like, no, Kendra, you're just insane. You're a monster, and you can't see that because you're a monster.
So I do feel that, you know, people lose sight of that. I know to some, I'm a headline.
It is not the same.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm a bad mom or whatever. Understatement of the year.
I don't know. I'm just letting y'all know that this is how I feel. Yeah, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes bad choices. Does everyone go to prison? No, I did. You know, I made those types of bad choices. I don't say those are mistakes. I think a mistake is when you, put too much salt in something. You trip, you fall, you make it.
Oh, I was late to an appointment. I'm sorry. Oh, I missed this lunch date. Oh, that's okay. You made a mistake. Oh, I left the wash in my washing machine and now it's musty. Oh, that's a mistake. Forgot to text my friend back. Oh, sorry. There you go. Not everything. Not what the hell Kendra did.
Split-second decision. Bad choices. I chose to do this. She chose. What she did is far beyond a mistake. Far beyond.
Because there's a mistake that this is life altering. That's brain altering to her daughter. Also, it's brain altering to Owen. It's brain altering to Adriana. It's brain altering to Chloe. All the people that had to go through this and are now on a Netflix documentary, right? Like that's life-altering stuff. That's not just like an oopsie that you can send a text, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you that, or I didn't mean to say that, or I was angry, you know?
You know, doing a little something wrong. That is malicious, vindictive.
Good words.
Scary type of behavior with your child too at that.
What are your final thoughts?
Mom's sick.
Yep.
I wish they had things like, you know, the stalking and stuff like that is, like you said, the maximum prison term was like 19 months, but there should be so much more like investigation on how it affects people long term.
Right.
That's exactly what I just said. There should be way more to that.
Because she's gonna have trust issues.
Trauma forever.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, she gave some story in the document.
Also, as a former vapor,
Have trust issues.
I saw he had a big vape. Okay, right there on the left. And I know this stain from anywhere. Right there, bottom left, that stain. That's a vape stain. Back when I was vaping my lungs away, God, I stained so many shirts. Thank God I don't do that anymore.
How the first text messages that her daughter got, remember, before the Halloween party, that those were real. But then later on, she started the other text messages because she wanted the investigation to go on so she could find out who did the first original text messages, which a very typical person with this type of probably cluster A, B, C, D, E, F, G type of personality or whatever diagnosis, for them to want to be the hero, but just made a mistake. So anyway, she also claimed that she only did it because of her own childhood trauma. And you guys...
Oh, what a wonderful excuse. Hey, here's my childhood trauma. Hey, you know what I want to do? Pass it on to you. Let's give it to our entire bloodline now.
Again, when I wanted to flip a table in my living room, she literally sat there on this Netflix documentary and said that she did not want Lauren to get hurt the same way she had.
So I'll do it myself.
She said that when she was 17 years old, she had been R-worded. And because of her childhood trauma, she did this to save her daughter.
Unbelievable.
While she's sending her 14-year-old the nastiest of nastiest text messages to make her daughter feel less than, to make her...
Yeah, there are much better ways to go about that. Let me tell you that right now. That poor girl, man. She looks so just innocent and just super unaware of all of this.
Her daughter feel less than because her daughter wasn't doing those things, and then you're going to turn around and say because of your childhood trauma? Oh my gosh.
Trauma doesn't give you the right to be a bad person, right? We all have trauma. We've all been through things. We've all lost people and had things happen to us. It's how you pick yourself up from that and try to move on and better yourself so that you don't let it affect you, so that you don't let it ruin others and other people close to you. That's what makes a good person, right? Not blaming things and saying, okay, that doesn't define me, right? And, you know, like when I lost my mom, I was angry for a bit. I was just turned 16. I could have technically for years after that just been a complete asshole to everybody. And they would have said, yeah, but dude, give him some slack. He just lost his mom last year or the year before that. But that's not the way I wanted to do that. That's not the way my mom would have wanted me to do that. So I always said, no, I'm going to just try to be as positive as I can to show people, wow, okay, you can go through some pretty scary things in your life, but you can make it through them, you know, and try to inspire and make people think, okay, I can get through this if he could. And that's the way you got to do it. Not by dragging others down and creating that lifelong circle pattern. What is that going to solve? How is that going to benefit you in your life? It's not. And it's disgusting.
And then, of course, the question of them asking her, what about if your daughter would have actually ended her life?
Thank you. That's what I said.
Sending her 50 text messages a day telling her that her body was bad, she wasn't doing enough in bed with her boyfriend at that age.
Weird.
And that she was disgusting, that he wanted BJs from somebody else. Like, what a sick, twisted person you got to be to even...
How come you can't get in trouble for saying that?
Think these things, much less send them in text messages for over a year. And what if she would have actually ended it?
You would be charged for murder.
Kendra claimed that she knew her daughter wasn't going to do that because of how close she was with Lauren.
Jesus.
Whoa. Owen's mother later said that she wondered if Kendra was secretly attracted to Owen.
I think 100%. Because this would have stopped after they broke up. The fact that she kept going after other people, Owen's other girlfriend, the other girlfriend's mom, shows that it wasn't just about Lauren and wanting to protect Lauren. That would have ended there. This was deeper than that. This was more cynical and psychological.
Okay. And Owen said that she would do like all these extra things for him. Like,
yep, there it is.
Steak for him in little bite-sized pieces.
There we go.
Check on him. And she would go to his football games all by herself.
Oh,
just
boy.
Watch.
Oh, boy.
In the documentary, they said that Lauren and Owen never got back together and are no longer close.
That's a shame. I understand why, but that's a shame.
So,
like, they could have been high school sweethearts, you know, in another timeline.
you know, not whether they needed to get back together or not. I mean, they're young and, you know, whatever, but like, this was this girl's high school experience and the other people at that high school at the hands of her mother. The school's principal had an interesting take, and he said that he believed that this was almost like a case of Munchausen syndrome. He said that it seemed like Kendra would text these awful things to Lauren to drive Lauren close to her. So again, she could be the savior because, you know, Lauren had it too good with being in the golden relationship, great at sports, a good little girl, not doing anything too much physically. She didn't have to. She was a good girl living a good life. So I guess her mother had to go in there and tear it all up for her so she would need her. Chloe's
That's some crazy reverse psychology crap.
parents also had something to say at the end of this documentary. Now, Chloe's father is actually a police officer, and he said that he had a feeling that it was Kendra the whole time. And Chloe's mother seemed to accuse Sean and Lauren of being in on it and basically saying that they were playing the victims. I'm going to let you know right now, I do not believe for a second.
You can't believe a word Kendra said, though. I will say, if Chloe's dad thought the entire time it was Kendra and he was a cop, could you have, you know, taken some initiative?
Lauren or her father were in on this at all.
I just kind of wanted to...
There's no way that the father and her daughter are in on this.
Say some things after I saw the documentary. And then also after I saw what people said in the documentary and then what people have said online. And I texted Lauren to see if it was okay, and she said it was. So Lauren, this is for you, and I love you so much. You are so loved and cared for. Yeah.
Wait, who is this?
So basically...
I thought this was Lauren for a second.
Me and Lauren went to high school together.
Oh, okay,
she
there
was
you go.
2 grades below me. We did basketball together for 2 years and cross for 2 years. Kendra and Sean both coached me in middle school basketball, so I've been around their family a bit. Lauren was close with my sister, who was also in her grade, and then I was also close with Lauren. Also, those individuals in the documentary, as well as in the comments, that want to say that Lauren was in on this
Absolutely insane to say that.
whole text messaging scandal. It's just crazy because Lauren didn't want attention. She didn't need attention from anyone in her class or anyone from the school. She was friends with people that she wanted to be friends with, and she wasn't with people she didn't want to. Like, she did not have any trouble making friends. She just didn't want to be friends with certain people. Lauren was literally the sweetest girl I've ever met. She is so kind, and I have never witnessed her be mean or rude to anyone in my life. And the idea that people think that she would be in on this to try to set up other people is pretty
Right. Oh, yeah. Like, oh, yeah. She just wanted to ruin her own life, her own relationship, her own future, so she could be like, oh, just get the hell out of here.
disgusting.
Anybody who thinks that is insane. I'm sorry. And should get help. That's a teenage girl. She was 14 years old. Stop it.
Also, like, she didn't talk about this to anyone at school. Like, most of the school didn't even know what was going on, and most of the kids definitely did not know what was going on. I know that, like, she talked to me, and I know that she really thought that she could talk to me about it, which was good because she needed someone she could talk to in school. She would just cry to me, and I witnessed her cry about it and just get self-conscious, obviously, about the horrible, brutal things that were said in these messages. And someone that knew about this wouldn't act the way that she did.
Yeah.
I believe the mother was shot all the way out, up, down, side to side, and around. Matter of fact, Sean, the father, showed these storage units at the end where Kendra had actually lost all of their stuff. So this woman was unraveling behind the scenes in secret for a very long time. Matter of fact, who knows how long she had been unraveling, but just maybe had a mask on. And I felt bad too for everybody involved, all the kids at that high school.
Yeah, she ruined so many different lives. So many different lives. The parents of everybody, the school, that whole area is tainted.
This is going to be, when they look back on their high school years,
Yep.
which again is already hard.
Yep.
Some of them were accused of things that they did not do. I mean,
It just creates insane trust issues for so many people, right?
just unbelievable. These text messages, all of that. But then also, again, the father, Sean, who's just going to work, blue collar man, thinking he's providing for his family. And this is what his wife is doing. Spending all their money, losing all of their stuff, lying about working, spending her time harassing the high school students, and then turning around playing victim. And for Lauren, this is something she is unfortunately going to grapple with for the rest of her life. Sean can cut it off, turn it off, and move on. But this is her actual mother. And there is a connection there with your biological parents, no matter how bad they are.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And a lot of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's always that hope.
It's much easier said than done, right? And that's what you have to remember. It's much easier said than done to cut off ties with a parent.
That they're going to be better. And people can get better and people can change.
They can.
But this is such a sad and twisted and dangerous.
I think people can change, and I think people do change. But there are certain people that's just in them forever. To go that deep, that for years and years, and she would have did this for years and years longer, I don't know if that's something you could possibly change. I'm a big fan of therapy. I think certain medications can help. I'm on Lexapro. I'm in therapy. Those things, I'm sober, right? A lot of those things can really help you as a person. I feel like I am the best version of myself today than I have ever been. I look at myself 10 years ago and I go, oh my God. But this is to a point, in my opinion, of no return. No return.
Situation, in my opinion. People that can do this kind of thing and sleep just fine at night.
Right. It's
somebody
deep.
that can hold their daughter crying.
Yep.
And be just fine.
You're a psychopath.
Scare me, y'all. I really hope that Lauren is okay. I hope that she protects herself, and unfortunately she has to.
Yeah.
It sucks. She should not have to. Again,
She should get a lot of love, though, which is good. Hopefully this will make people really, show her love for a long time.
Her own mother. But in my opinion, she's going to always have to be a little bit careful.
Yep. Wow. Good video. Good video, Christina. Another great creator. There are so many true crime creators with millions of subs that I keep discovering. Well, wow, what a video. Oh my goodness. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Holy moly. What in the world was that? Like the video before you go. Hype the video. I got the hiccups while I said that. Leave a comment and, of course, subscribe to the channel. And I'll be here again tomorrow. 4 days a week on this channel. All my links are in the description. Check them out. That's it for me here on Triple R. Please don't bother me while I'm watching true crime. And peace.